Hey, hello, and a very, very good evening. My name's Sean Ryan. You are watching the live Planet Cruise TV show. Now, for those of you that know the show, we have got 6 fantastic deals coming up. They really are. We're going to take you all the way around the world. But it is a free phone number as well. So if you've got any queries, any questions, maybe you're new to cruising, maybe you see something on the show that takes your fancy, but you just need a bit more information, that free phone number is there, and we have all of our cruise consultants ready to take your calls and to help you and to guide you through. And it's 0800 840 1088. And don't forget as well, we have got our amazing website, brand new, planetcruise.co.uk/TV. But I'm joined by a great friend of mine, and I always call her a kind of roving reporter, the lady that goes on the cruise ships, gives us all of the gossip and the great information, our lovely Gemma. Nice to see you, Gemma.
It's lovely to see you as ever.
We love doing this show together, don't we?
We do, we really enjoy it, and the thing is, who wouldn't really, talking about all these beautiful exotic locations, and of course on behalf of Planet Cruise as well. And the great thing about booking with Planet Cruise is that we can find a cruise for anybody, anywhere in the world. So we can make cruises really bespoke as well. So like you said, if someone's inspired but the trip's not quite right for them, just give us a ring. And
this is because Planet Cruise work with all the main cruise companies. They've got 10 years experience, award-winning, numerous awards.
That's right, and also every single person that picks up the phone is so experienced. They've probably worked on cruise ships or they've got extensive knowledge. And it's the free phone bit as well. It makes a massive difference. It means that you're not sort of worrying about that and you can have a proper chat and just have all your sort of questions answered. So it's very, very good.
And the benefit of this being a live show as well, we get the latest, the hottest deals. Some of those today, for example, have only just been released. So we bring you some of the hottest deals. We're the first to do it on many occasions. And, of course, we also get exclusives and added extras as well. Do stay tuned, by the way. We've got 6 cruises, and around about half past, we've got halfway through the show, I should say, around about 8:30, we've got a fantastic cruise with Royal Caribbean, and that's taking you all the way around the Far East. But we're going to start off with a brand new ship from Costa. She's only just been launched, hasn't she, in November?
Yes, that's right.
Brand new.
Yes.
She's going to be, well, she's the flagship of their fleet, and she is stunning.
Yes, she really is. And the thing about Costa is they are a premium cruise line. I mean, if you talk to any Italian, for instance, this is the one that, you know, they really lust after. This is a very high-end cruise. And you will notice the price is excellent. Now, I'd just like to point out that actually, if you were in Italy, you'd be paying a lot more for this cruise. It's quite interesting. So basically, the UK and the Netherlands do get lower rates than the rest of the European market.
But Costa, they're part of a huge company. They're part of Carnival, so the biggest group in the world. Their standards are extremely high. But as Gemma just said, we get very low prices here in the UK. You know, under £500 for this one. And the ship, you know, brand new, she's
just really, really stunning. Yeah, as you say, the newest of the fleet, and from the minute you step on board, you're going to see how modern and sophisticated the design is. You've got exclusive dining areas, amazing entertainment, and very, very comfortable cabins. A very wide array of dining options as well, actually, more than any other Costa ship. You've got 7 restaurants on the Diadema, which means a diamond in Italian. You've got the Samsara restaurant, you've got Piazza Pizza Pizzeria. Try saying that after a couple of drinks. And you've got 15 different bars to choose from as well. Some really sophisticated, sort of calm ones, and then some really lively venues as well.
Sorry, just look at, she's spectacular, isn't she?
Absolutely spectacular, yeah. Very opulent. You know, the Italians, they love glamour. I think it's fair. I can say it's somewhat Italian, but they love kind of quite lovely design, and it's really reflected in this ship, actually.
And the Italians do have very, very high standards when it comes to style, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's so important to them. And then also on this ship, what's quite nice, you've got the new Country Rock Club. So any sort of rock lover's dream, you've got rock music and loads of beers. But if that's not your type of thing, you've got 4D cinema, you've got a casino, you know, you've got so much entertainment, 3 pools, 8 hot tubs. You're going to have a fantastic time and really high standards on this ship.
And she is brand new. You know, you'll be some of the first ladies and gents in the world to actually sail on her. And as I mentioned, she's part of Carnival, the biggest cruise company in the world. But we get amazing prices here in the UK with, of course, Planet Cruise as well. And it's a gorgeous itinerary, as it happens. Starts off with a little flight, doesn't it, Gemma?
It does. So fly from Gatwick to Nice airport, and then we're going to transfer you, and this is all included, from the airport to the port of Savona in Italy, and then you will embark this beautiful ship for 7 nights of cruising. And on day 2, you will arrive in, there's Nice there that you can see, that's where you'll be sailing out from, so a nice start to your trip. And then we arrive in Marseille on day 2. And in Marseille, you've got the beautiful old port that you can see here, the city's old harbour. And in a way, it's still Marseille's main draw. You know, you can wander around, you've got boats of all shapes and sizes, little fishing boats to medium-sized yachts. And the rest of the city is a real urban sprawl, actually, but you've got a real compact area in the old port of galleries, museums and churches, just bustling with life, loads of amazing food and places to eat, and a lot of history as well. But also from Marseille, if you wanted to go further afield, you can easily get to Avignon, Arles. There's lots of beautiful neighbouring regions to visit.
I really enjoyed my time in Marseille, really did. But one of my favourite cities in the world next, Barcelona.
Barcelona, you wouldn't be the first to say that. It is absolutely amazing, one of the most beautiful and vibrant places, I think, in Europe. And it's a real city of contrast, because you've got the most amazing architecture. You've got the beach, as you can see as well.
You often forget about the fabulous beaches, don't
you
we?
do, that's the thing, actually. You think of it as, you know, this big city, but of course, if you want to just go and take advantage of one of the beautiful sandy beaches, you can. But it would be a shame as well to miss out on some of the architecture that you can see there. You've got these kind of Gothic spikes, you've got the Gaudi influence everywhere around the city, and you've got very distinct neighbourhoods in Barcelona as well. Again, you've got the old city, the port area with lots to do, but it's all quite easily walkable and accessible by bus, or you know, just if you're on foot, go for a stroll along Las Ramblas and see some of the market and so on. And of course, you'll see La Sagrada Familia looming over the whole city. And then on day 4, this is such a nice itinerary, you're then arriving and sailing into Palma, which of course is the capital of Mallorca. I love Palma. Again, look at that incredible sand. You could think you'd be in the Caribbean. It's beautiful. But then, of course, for those of you that aren't keen on getting sandy bits, then you can go around the city. Again, you've got the stunning cathedral looking over the whole city. You've got the harbour, the beaches, the fountains, the castles. So there's something for everybody. And it's that real lovely feel of strolling along the boulevards and just taking it all in. Then you've got a day at sea on day 5 to enjoy that beautiful ship, and then day 6 you are sailing into Napoli, and it just doesn't get more, I know it sounds silly, but it doesn't get more Italian. It just has got that feel to it that is so romantic and so exciting. And then from Naples you are in a great spot if you wanted to go and do an excursion to Pompeii, or just look down the Amalfi Coast, or go to Positano. So really fantastic. And then day 7, you're going to arrive in La Spezia. And again, from La Spezia, you could go and visit Lucca or Pisa. So they're great little gateways to lots of different places.
It's a beautiful itinerary, isn't it?
It's really there's not one duff place.
No, it's all,
there really isn't.
Really hand-picked, doesn't it?
Yeah, really fantastic itinerary, actually. And then day 8, you sail back into Savona, and then you will fly home back to Gatwick. So yeah, lovely, lovely cruise.
Now remember,
actually.
we have got such a low price on this today, under £500. And let's just remind you of everything that is included here, because you do get, if you've never cruised before, so much is included. We will give you all of your return flights, plus all of your transfers. A lot of other companies don't include transfers. Planet Cruise always do. We can provide flights from most UK airports as well, so do call our cruise consultants for details of those. Now, very important, this is a brand new ship. She was only launched in November, so you're going to be one of the first to sail on the jewel of the Costa fleet. And when everything's brand new, the experience is even better, of course. And just looking at the pricing grid, a lot of you asking about the other dates. Well, we have got dates all the way through to April, and some of those single prices are particularly good. We've got singles starting at $699.
Yeah, that's great value, isn't it? Fantastic. So, and as you say, there is something nice about knowing that you're one of the first people to get in the pool, and everything's going to be immaculate.
You feel very, and the modern ships, they offer so much more as well.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, if you'd like to book tonight, if you've got any questions, the call centre open until 10:30, of course, on 0800 840 1088. But we have got a brand new adventure now from Thomson. It's your chance to spend time in the Caribbean. We're going to talk about the wonderful destinations in a second. But here to tell us all about it is, of course, our Keith Maynard, who presents the Friday show at 11 o'clock. Here he is to tell you more.
With its uniquely British product, small, intimate ships, a great range of cruise and stay options, all tips included, an unrivaled number of regional airports you can fly from, plus a generous baggage allowance, it's little wonder that Thomson Cruises is turning heads. They boast one of the highest levels of repeat passengers in the industry, and after 6 years working for them, I can tell you why. They are without doubt the friendliest ships afloat. Some friends of mine who cruise a lot always pack 2 sizes of clothing. One for the start of the cruise, thank you, and one for the end. And once you've tasted the food on board, you'll understand why. It's international cuisine with a British twist. And with open sitting as standard, you won't need to rush trying to keep to the ship's schedule. You can set the pace and enjoy up to 7 meals a day. Trust me, it's possible. Whether it's a freshly pulled pint in a nightclub or sipping a cocktail of the day poolside, each of the bars on board Thomson ships enjoys a unique and special personality. With honest low prices, juggling waiters and service with a smile, you're never more than 2 minutes walk away from a refreshing aperitif. The Thomson Cruises has some of the best entertainment afloat. In a 2-week cruise, you'll see no fewer than 10 full production shows and some great comedy from award-winning UK guest artists. Add to that fantastic interactive game shows, cabarets, and all singing, all dancing deck parties, and you really won't want to go back to your cabin. There is lots and lots of choice with the accommodation on board Thomson ships, from insides through to stunning suites. All are en suite, offer 24-hour room service and 2 turn-downs a day. The only surprise you're going to encounter is what your hand towel will be transformed into when you return every night. My favourite was always the monkey with the sunglasses.
And so Thomson are all about having a great time, lots of fun and a fantastic atmosphere and wonderful entertainment. We hear that time and time again, as well as, of course, great food and service. But what I love about this one, it's a brand new product. This has only been released on Thursday, so it's brand new itinerary package that we've got here.
Well, that's right. And if you look at the date as well, you could go on the 6th of December 2015. And what I was thinking is, imagine right now if someone said in a few days you're off to Barbados in the Caribbean. I would be so excited.
Well, I actually don't like this time of year because it's crowded everywhere in the high streets.
Yeah.
You can't even find a
It's
parking
cold.
space. It's hideous.
It's dark. I was driving here and I was like, it's dark, it's 4 o'clock, what's going on? Yeah, so imagine that you book this now, put a deposit down, and this time next year you'll be off. I desperately want to do this one. It looks amazing. So you are flying from London Gatwick to Barbados. And if Gatwick doesn't suit you, just give us a ring, because don't forget, we can always tailor-make these cruises for you. So once you've arrived, you are going to be embarking on the ship. And then on day 2, you are sailing into St. Lucia, which is one of the most beautiful islands in the Caribbean. The lovely thing about the Caribbean is each island has a very different character. They really, really do, even though they're all so near.
I think it's pretty fair to say that they're all beautiful.
They're all beautiful, but St. Lucia's interesting. It's one of the most lush. It's one of the sort of greenest. Yeah, it's really sort of almost like got jungle on it, you know. And I remember getting in the little Jeep, actually, and going along those mountains, going boom, 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 boom. You know, the roads aren't great, but it was just fantastic. And you're going to be sailing in, so you'll see the twin pitons that you can see there, which St. Lucia is really famous for. It's unbelievable, those dramatic mountain peaks coming out of the sea with the tropical foliage everywhere, the shimmering stuff. It's just stunning. It's like James Bond land, and there's so much to do.
Feeling the heat and the warmth.
Oh, exactly. Then day 3, you've got a day at sea. You imagine sailing in this part of the world, just beautiful. And then day 4, you're sailing into Curacao, which is Willemstad, there's the port, and that's where the cruise ships dock. And it's a really beautiful waterfront and cafes, and just never stiflingly hot either, thanks to beautiful breezes that you have there. Day 5, you are sailing to Aruba. Now, Aruba is, if you like, think of it as the Caribbean's theme park. You've got casinos, you've got duty-free shops, you've got 24 dive sites, you've got a championship golf course, all sorts of stuff to do. And then day 6, Another island, Bonaire, one of the ABC islands in the Dutch Caribbean, supposed to be fantastic for scuba diving and snorkeling. Day 7, we're in St George, Grenada. Again, what can I say? Do you fancy turquoise sea and white beaches and doing things like going to the national park to visit the monkeys and just having a fantastic time and fit the rum distillery in as well? And then on day 8, you arrive in Barbados, and your holiday doesn't stop because you disembark the ship and you transfer to a hotel for a 7-night stay on half-board basis in Barbados, which is probably my favourite of all the Caribbean islands. The charm of it is unreal.
And imagine, you know, staying there for your second week and then coming home for Christmas with the town.
You will be so relaxed, you'll be able to handle all the in-laws. You will be able to handle the high street and the Christmas shopping and cooking that turkey. And you'll have a tan, like Sean said, to boot as well. I mean, my goodness me, the only thing is you won't want to come home, but it will be the holiday of a lifetime. Barbados, you cannot beat it. You cannot beat it.
We have got a couple of early dates in November if they're more too likely,
Yes.
but I love the idea of getting away in December. Let's just take you on board. Again, Thomson are known for their ships being great fun, great service, great food. They've got a really loyal following, haven't they?
They have, absolutely. I think kind of a lot of people really trust Thomson. They know what they're getting. They always enjoy it. So, yeah, you're going to have a fantastic time. And, of course, pretty much at this time of year, you kind of can say you're going to get fantastic sunshine.
We should point out the outside cabin that you're looking at right now, you can have that for just a few pounds more. The difference, honestly, for the trip can be as little as £60 per person to upgrade for the week.
Yeah.
So,
do you know what the price on this, though, if you think that you're including flights, at this time of year, it's peak kind of time to go to the Caribbean. All of those islands you're going to experience, all of your food. I mean, it's amazing.
Well, this is a brand new product, as we mentioned, just launched this week, so you're going to be one of the first to book it. Return flights based on London Gatwick or Birmingham, actually, if that's closer to you at home. But we could find a number of flights from regional airports as well. So again, just ask our call centre, they'll sort those out for you. And you are also going to get 7 nights in that fabulous hotel in Barbados as well. Oh, and something else that we do need to mention, I know a lot of people, if you are new to cruising or you've never cruised with Thomson, you're not sure about tips. All tips and service charges are included with Thomson, so you'd never ever have to worry about those. I mentioned that some of the upgrades are really good as well, so let's just show you these. You can see that on the first November date there, the 22nd of November, the difference is only £60. It's only £70 on the 29th, so really small difference.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. Great price.
Even the suite's really affordable as well. So if you would like to book that tonight, then only deposit needed, but do give us a call. We always know whenever we feature Thomson, we are incredibly busy. But Princess Cruises have just launched their Christmas Cracker event today. This cruise is an amazing price, but you'll see there are loads and loads of extras that you're also going to get included. But before we show you those, let's take you on board.
Princess Cruises first set sail in 1965 with a single ship cruising to Mexico. Today, the line has grown to become the 3rd largest cruise line in the world.
Princess is known for being a bit of an industry innovator because over the years they've introduced so many new features and experiences on board their ships that have been so popular, other cruise lines are now copying them.
Among them are affordable balconies on many of the ship's outside cabins, as well as 24-hour dining, and a choice of dining venues and flexible dining times. Princess ships also debuted features such as movies under the stars and the Sanctuary adults-only Oasis.
In the fitness centre you'll find all the latest equipment, plus a range of classes including cycling, Pilates, yoga, stretch and abs. But if chilling out and being pampered is more your thing, then you might want to head up here, to the tranquil environment of the Lotus Spa.
With a menu of dozens of calming and rejuvenating treatments, the Lotus Spa is guaranteed to be one of the highlights of your cruise.
Throughout the day on your Princess Cruise, the chefs are busy preparing your next memorable meal. All bread, cakes and pastries are baked 3 times a day. All sauces are prepared by hand.
Specialty restaurants include Sabatini's, Princess's signature Italian restaurant. The Crown Grill offers a variety of premium beef and seafood dishes.
But tonight's formal night and I've decided to eat in the main restaurant. As I'm booked on anytime dining, I can just turn up and eat at whatever time I like. Princess are known for their dynamic and exciting production shows, with some of the largest casts at sea. Tonight we've got a 70s theme with Blame It on the Boogie.
All shows are produced in-house and feature lively music and stunning choreography, featuring one of the largest casts at sea. As well as shows, you can enjoy a night of stand-up comedy, a game show, a sing-song in the piano bar, a romantic dance, or just a quiet night with friends in a lounge bar.
Something completely different. How about a movie under the stars? It's a signature feature of all Princess ships, and it's a great way to end the day.
And don't forget, you could have the Princess experience, but right now the prices have just been reduced on this particular cruise. They are down to just $6.99. Anyway, let's show you where you're going to be cruising too, because it's a beautiful itinerary, this one, isn't it?
It is. It's lovely.
And it is nice. If for anybody that doesn't like flying, this is from Southampton as well. So the benefit, if you've never cruised from Southampton, you literally drive up, all your luggage is taken away for you, delivered to your stateroom, you get on board, and your holiday starts straight away.
Yeah,
it?
you don't have any stress about packing.
Oh, no.
Pack what you like. Don't worry about it, and no airport to contend with.
And you can bring back what you like as well if you do some shopping.
Yeah, exactly. So we sail and arrive in Bruges in Belgium, of course, on day 2, which has got so much character, which you can see immediately there from the picture. Really lovely. Visitors really flock here, mainly just to wander amongst the city's beautiful Flemish and Renaissance architecture and go to the 2 main squares. You've got Markt, and that's a large square in the centre of the town, and there's loads of little sort of gift shops and restaurants. One of the highlights is the Tintin store, and you could go to another store and go and buy a beer glass from each Belgian brewery if you wanted to. And there's always loads going on in Bruges, flower markets.
And the
just
chocolate's
bustling.
amazing, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
You can buy chocolate anything.
Oh, absolutely. Chocolate galore, beer galore. I'm happy. So that sounded ladylike. And then you've also got, of course, Flanders Fields you could go and visit. So, yes, plenty of history too.
I've been to Bruges a couple of times on a cruise, and I loved it. Really
and the canal, so gorgeous.
Yeah.
Right, day 3 you're at sea, and then day 4 you arrive in Copenhagen, and you've got an overnight on board, which is really lovely. So if you want to go shopping, you can walk along and go down the side streets and go to King's New Square, where you'll just see like a world of fashion. But then you could also go on maybe a sightseeing boat and experience the beauty of the city from the water, which is quite nice. Like you can see here, get a real idea of the place. You could visit the National Gallery of Denmark, the National Museum. It's also famous for its gastronomy as well, and of course there's the famous Tivoli Gardens. And then on day 5, we are going to Helsingborg in Denmark. So from here you could take a 15-minute ferry ride across to see the Kronborg Castle maybe, and a beautiful little town there. Or you could take the train down the coast to Malmö if you wanted to, which is really beautiful, and just castles galore. You can see here, I don't know why there's so many castles there. There's Sofiero Castle, Kronborg Castle. I hope you like your castles. And churches as well. Lots of different buildings to go and visit. Then on day 6, you are sailing to Oslo in Norway.
We've been to Sweden, we're off to Norway now.
We've been to Denmark, we've been to Sweden, been to Belgium. Now we're in Norway. And one of the most visited attractions in Oslo is the Vigeland Sculpture Park, which has 1 million visitors every year. If you're not like massively an arty person, I would say go and have a look, because they're unbelievable. You're talking massive statues, really exciting. And then there's the Holmenkollen ski jump, which is a big landmark in Oslo, really famous. And inside the ski jump is a ski museum, and then there's a big observation deck on the top of the jump tower. You get these amazing views of Oslo. And of course there's the National Gallery as well, with the famous Edvard Munch painting The Scream. So yeah, loads to do. And then after that, we basically have a day at sea, and then we sail back to Southampton.
And honestly, your days at sea are so enjoyable. You find so much happening on the cruise ships. Just to give you a little taste, do you imagine being on board and having all of these facilities, all of the swimming pools, the heated whirlpools, the outdoor cinema? If you've got children, they're always really,
I was going to
really
say,
well
I think
looked
this
after.
one is half term
It is,
as well.
yeah.
So lovely one to go on with the family, and they'll have great childcare facilities as well. So do ask about that.
Yeah, things like the kids clubs. You know, you can literally say goodbye to your kids in the morning. They're looked after all day, aren't they?
Well, they love it so much, and you know,
And this
it
is what
does
you could
mean
be
that
doing, right?
mummy and daddy get a bit of downtime, and then they're happy, and everybody's happy, and it's just just great fun.
And I know we often talk about the food, but if you haven't experienced food on a cruise ship...
The size of that steak.
Oh, honestly, it's just unbelievable. And food is available, you know, virtually all day long. You know, whenever you feel peckish, there'll always be a restaurant, a bar, a cafe ready to, you know, serve you excellent food and beverages. But the outside space, I love the outside areas of cruise ships. Beautiful, look at this.
And Princess, very famous as well for their movies under the stars, which you can see there. So that's lovely as well. Everybody, all the family will enjoy that.
Oh, anyway, just to remind you, the prices have just been reduced yesterday as it happens on this one. So this one is now just $6.99. Something that we'd really advise you to do as well, when you are cruising from Southampton, Planet Cruise have got a really great relationship with the Meon Valley Marriott. It's a great hotel, I've stayed there several times. We get a special rate there for only £70 per person, and that means you also get, as well as being relaxed the day before and having a great time, we also include your parking and your port transfers. It's really worth doing that. You save a lot on parking that way. Now, I did mention we're giving you loads of extras on this one. First of all, a free onboard coupon book. That's worth $300. That is a limited offer, and you must book by the 5th of December. And we were looking at it. There's loads of things you can save on, things like buy one, get one free on your specialty coffees, reductions on spa treatments, little offers for things like the casino, offers on your photographs.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? So you can try loads of stuff on the ship. It's a really good idea, actually.
And you get, you know, you can save up to $300 by having that. You also get $75 onboard credit. The way that works, you'll have a sea pass on cruise ships. I use that almost like a credit card on board, but you'll already have $75 on yours, so you can use that towards drinks, shopping, spa treatments, anything like that. Only a low deposit needed tonight, so only £50 to secure your place. Again, you must book by the 5th of December. And Gemma mentioned about this being great for half term. A family of 4 could cruise on this from only $2,299. You know, being a mum, that's really good, isn't it?
That's good value for a week, yeah, for a lovely holiday like that, yeah, especially when you've got so much included.
And a final extra that you're going to get, you're going to be able to dine in one of the specialty restaurants. That would normally cost, say, $50. Well, you're going to get that included, so up to $50 towards that per couple. We also have a show, by the way, this Friday with our lovely Keith, and that's Friday at 11 a.m. So we always have 2 shows every week, Tuesday at 8 and Friday at 11 a.m. And if you do want to stay in touch, then there are various ways of doing that. You can sign up to our newsletter. You can call now to get your free copy of our Journey magazine, and you can check out our brand new website as well. But we did mention that we have a fantastic cruise coming up right now with Royal Caribbean, and just looking at this, I really fancy it, actually. It's your chance of getting away to Singapore and Tokyo with many, many fabulous stops in between. But let's take you on board with Royal Caribbean.
Royal Caribbean are really well known for just having these grand scale ships with so much to offer on them. I mean, you can see straight away. I've done that on Oasis.
Yes, you have. Yeah, that was recently.
Yes, that was me. Like
you
Bridget
did wear
Jones.
sensible clothing, didn't you?
I did, for once.
Good.
So, yeah, great fun for the whole family, for every age group, and just incredible cuisine. You will dine like a king and queen, and depending on what you fancy, you can go sushi and that, but you can also go and have a good old American burger in Johnny Rockets. You've got so much choice. You could eat in a different restaurant pretty much every meal, every day of your stay.
And that is a big part of the cruising experience, you know.
It's the choice, yeah.
Yeah, you're never bored. You never think, I'm sat in the same restaurant or the same bar.
Yeah, because when you go on a resort holiday, sometimes by the end of 2 weeks, you're like, I can't see this room again.
Yeah. Sick of the same food and the same restaurants.
It's a disaster.
So I don't do many land holidays. You even know things like, honestly, the shows on board are spectacular.
They are.
You know, many of the ships even have the ice skating rinks, don't they?
Yeah,
Ice
so
shows.
this ship has got an ice rink. It's got the rock climbing wall. It's got the 9-hole miniature golf course. It's got a full-size basketball court. I mean, on a ship, it's unreal. So you've got these Broadway-style productions, these massive ice shows. So every evening on board is going to be so much fun. You've got the comfort. Look at the style of the cabins or staterooms. Beautiful. Fabulous bars, amazing staff as well. And wow, you know, if you were going with children, the kids' clubs are second to none.
Oh, they really are. And I have to say, my first cruise was with Royal Caribbean when I was 40, and I've cruised with them 4 times now.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
that
took
just
my
shows,
family away, my extended family, and we had a great time. We really did.
Mm.
Anyway, this is a big itinerary. So we'll take a deep breath.
Yes, and in fact, this is the itinerary. A lot of people were oohing and ahhing about this earlier on, going, "Oh, I really fancy this. It's so good." So we are flying you from London to Gatwick. And then on day 2, you're in Singapore, and you're going to transfer, and this is all included, to a hotel for a one-night stay. Right, say you wake up in Singapore, what is there to do? Well, if it's really early, how about popping off to the Botanic Gardens in the morning? At this time of the day, you'll see people jogging and dogs and Tai Chi practitioners, and then you could go and do your shopping in the famous area where it all happens, on Orchard Road. You could go to Raffles Hotel for a drink, go to the Jurong Bird Park that you can see there. You've got so much to do. On day 3, you will transfer from the hotel to port, and you will embark your ship for 10 nights cruising. You've got a lovely day at sea on day 4, so you can explore the ship, check out everything that there is to do, and then on day 5 you will sail into the coastal resort of Nha Trang in Vietnam, where you will find beautiful chilled out beaches. Go to the brilliant Louisiana Brew House on a quiet area of the beach, comfy sunbeds, swimming pools, beautiful. You could take a gondola ride to the town's top tourist attraction for the day, which is Vin Pearl World, and just explore. Then on day 6 you're at sea again. On day 7 you arrive in Hong Kong. You can see what an amazing itinerary this is already. Singapore, Vietnam, Hong Kong. Hong Kong, so much to do, so much culture. They've even got a Disneyland there. And then on day 8, you're at sea again. And then day 9, you're going to find yourself in Taipei, which is the capital of Taiwan, where you will find markets galore, or you could maybe hit a bar and do a bit of karaoke. There's a lot of that there. Then day 10, you are at sea again. And then day 11, this is such a fabulous Far East itinerary. You are sailing into Nagasaki.
It's really nice as well that you get sea days and port days, sea days, port days.
Lovely.
It's really, really well spaced out.
That's right, it mixes it up a bit. So Nagasaki is the far west Japanese city located on the Kyushu Island. It's got a real complex history because of the early European influence. The Americans did drop an A-bomb on this city 3 days after the one at Hiroshima. So there is the Atomic Bomb Museum. There's a lot of history. It's all been completely rebuilt, and it's really thriving and very, very attractive and beautiful. And then day 12, you see again. As Sean said, it's lovely to use all those beautiful things on the ship. Day 13, you arrive in Tokyo in Japan. You disembark, you transfer from the port to the hotel for a 3-night stay. And in amongst that, we're going to sort out an excursion to Mount Fiji and Hakone with the bullet train. You've also got leisure time as well. And there's just no way to prepare you for Tokyo, really. You've got this sprawling metropolis and these sort of kaleidoscope of lights and karaoke palaces and sushi bars and basement noodle restaurants. And of course, it's also an imperial city, home to the imperial city and the palace, which you can go and visit the gardens that surround it. You've also got really quiet spots throughout the city as well. You've got shrines and Buddhist temples, amazing shopping. Sky Town as well, you'll find an aquarium, a planetarium. There's just so much to do.
And as Gemma mentioned, if you do want to book any excursions, such as the bullet train, as
if you want to do that, we can sort all of that out.
So just ask our cruise consultant, and we'll be able to sort out any excursions for you. We always give you really good prices on those as well. What I love, and JP from Planet Cruise, who is with us today, actually, he was saying that the cruises over to the Far East have been incredibly popular. They're one of the top-selling cruises right now. And I think it's because it's all organised, it's all planned, it's all safe, and you do get to see so much.
Yes.
In your 2 weeks away or 6 nights away.
Well, I think it's a great way to do it by cruise as well, because then you're not booking all your accommodation.
Oh, it'd be a nightmare,
which is a bit of a minefield. In all these places you're not sure about, which you've got a beautiful ship to come back to, and all the fun on the ship as well. But then you get to explore the world, and that's what it's all about.
And the value is incredible. If you were to try and sort out all of your transfers, your flights,
Broadway shows.
It would be a nightmare. And breaking this down, it's under £1,750 per person. Only a deposit needed tonight. So I've not, I haven't done a trip over to Singapore and Tokyo, but when I will, and it will be next year, I will do it you know, on a cruise, of course, and Royal Caribbean are one of my absolute favourites. So your return flights are included there. We can provide flights from most UK airports. Again, you know, if you're seeing something on the TV tonight and it's nice, but it's not quite right, we can make it bespoke and right for you, of course, as well. That's what Planet Cruise are really good for. Single special as well. That's very good as a single price, starting at $2,799, and also that extra night, don't forget, in that 4-star hotel in Singapore. One of the reasons, by the way, that our pricing is so good, Planet Cruise are the biggest independent cruise company in the UK, so they do get amazing deals. We've got contacts all the way across the world as well with hotels and transfers. But we're going to move on to another of my favourites. In fact, I have booked my next celebrity cruise in January, as it happens. So I'm really looking forward to that. Celebrity are 5-star modern luxury. They have won numerous awards. I couldn't fault my last cruise with them. I couldn't fault any cruise with them. And let's first of all just give you a little taster of Celebrity and an insight into their incredible cuisine and service. What I found on my last cruise, and I honestly mean this, I didn't have any experience that wasn't perfect. The service was incredible.
Fan, aren't you?
I am, and you know, without sounding, you know, picky, but when you've been on 20 cruises, sometimes you're almost looking for a fault. You know? I couldn't find it.
Yeah, you're just such fabulous.
So well looked after.
That's right, and of course, the Celebrity Constellation has undergone a refit as well. So
yes, I gather.
Yeah, it's a Millennium class ship, and it's really sumptuous, really luxurious.
But you will be looked after. You'll be made to feel really special, whether you're, you know, in a restaurant, at a bar. Honestly, every single aspect of your cruise will be looked after. Now, the staterooms, if I remember rightly, these were designed by a team of ladies.
Yeah, you can tell as well. Look how beautiful they are, tasteful.
They're tastefully beautiful, but they're very well spaced as well in terms of storage, because we know what you girls are like with all your, you know, your bags.
But that's why you can tell it's been designed by a lady.
It has. The bathroom, for example, you know, so much space.
Yeah.
But the standards, this is 5-star modern luxury.
That's right. And I don't think you'll eat as well ever in your life as well. You'll have so many memorable meals. You know, the kind where you go quiet because you're like, oh, ow, wow, the food is so delicious. Look how luxurious this is. What a way to travel.
Do you know, I'm just looking at the price. Has that price come down even more?
Has it come down? It might have done. You never know.
It has off my
That's the
notes.
great thing about Planet Cruise. I know, because we get the best prices as well.
Honestly, my prices on my tablet here are higher than that. It has just come down just before the show, probably. So, yeah, under £1,100 now for this one. Yeah,
absolutely fantastic. And, of course, also, if you do like the spa and the fitness aspect, you've got so much to do on this ship as well. You've got your martini bar, the Cellar Masters wine bar, so many nice areas to hang out and find some peace and quiet, or join in, you know, and have a more lively affair. So it's completely, there's so much space on the ships.
I'm that confident with Celebrity, so I've booked my next cruise, and also it's one of my best friends, a girl that I've known since I was a wee teenager. I've known Jane since I was 14. It's her 50th birthday in July, and we're looking at a Celebrity cruise as well, you know, and that's a big birthday. It has to be perfect, and I know it will be with Celebrity, every aspect of it. But this is a beautiful itinerary as well, and one of the most incredible ports to cruise out of is, of course, Venice. I mean, doesn't get more romantic than this, does it?
No, it doesn't. So romantic. Of course, the city is synonymous with that because it is one of the most beautiful places you'll ever go to in the world. So, of course, famous for St. Mark's Square and the Basilica there and the canals, obviously. And you know what? If you've never been there before, do the tourist thing, get on a gondola.
Yeah,
why not? You've got to. But, you know, not only that, you've got the Murano glass showroom. I remember going to Venice with my mother, actually. Less romantic, but still really nice. And we just wandered around and had the most special day ever. And everywhere, you just kind of, your jaw drops because it's so spectacular. And it all looks like a painting. And if you want to be, again, a bit of a tourist, and I made my mum come with me and have a Bellini, because that's what it's really famous for as well. Delicious. The champagne with the peach juice. Beautiful.
I'll be honest, I've only been to Venice once, and I was a bit rushed for time because the cruise ship was straight out of Venice. And I only got, like, literally, you know, so to stay there an hour or so, but you've got 2 nights here in a fabulous hotel.
You
really get the full experience.
So I don't think I mentioned that. I'm so sorry. Yes, you're transferring from the airport to the hotel in Venice for 2 nights stay. How lovely is that? So you really will get to immerse yourself in this beautiful city. And of course, if you've been to Italy before as well, you'll know that every meal you ever have will be so delicious. The food is just wonderful. Right, day 2, you're at leisure. And then day 3, you're transferring from the hotel to the port and you are embarking for 7 nights cruising. So, you know, the next part of the holiday begins. And day 4, you're going to arrive in Kotor in Montenegro. So I would say set your alarm early, because part of the fun of arriving here in the bay is gliding for an hour through the mountains on a 17-mile waterway that some people call Europe's southernmost fjord. Just look at this spectacular scenery. Beautiful. So it would be really nice to catch that as you sail in and see the mountains rising on both sides of this walled town. So the old city of Kotor is an ancient trade centre. It's full of shops and little restaurants. Pick a square, order a coffee and gaze at some churches which have been there from the 12th through to the 15th centuries. You'll get great views as well if you wanted to put your walking shoes on and climb the city walls. Right, day 5 we're at sea, then day 6 you are sailing to Santorini, one of the Greek islands obviously, and a scene where back in the day there was a big volcanic eruption around 1450 BC.
That's when I was born.
Yes, me too. So scenically, do you remember it? It was extremely dramatic. And it's still got these amazing black beaches and rugged landscape and this big volcanic crater around it. But it's got that typical Greek feel as well, the whitewashed buildings, very pretty. Then day 7, we're sailing to Athens. And of course, what a city. It's actually really improved as well, the kind of infrastructure, if you like. Since the Olympics in 2004, they've got it really sorted out. So you can go and see the sites like the Acropolis, the Parthenon, the old Olympic Stadium and so on. But just getting there will be much easier than it might have been if you'd been to Athens maybe 15 years ago and remember it as being a bit tricky. Now it's wonderful and very clean and beautiful. So yeah, then you're going to Katakolan on day 8, which is close to the archaeological site of ancient Olympia. And then day 9 you're at sea, and day 10 you are back in Venice and you disembark and you fly home.
Well, I think you'll agree, again, stunning ports, but let's remind you of the luxury ship, the 5-star modern luxury that is only Celebrity. And, you know, again, if you've never experienced Celebrity or a cruise, you imagine the choice of restaurants, you imagine having this 5-star service. Every meal that I've ever had on board Celebrity has been breathtaking. And if ever something is wrong, you know, honestly, you know, if for whatever reason you order a dish that's not quite right, they will change it in a heartbeat. They really will.
Yeah, the staff can't do enough. They're so friendly, so courteous, so lovely. Yeah, you'll be really looked after.
Now, just to remind you what's included, the price has come down on this, by the way. Honestly, my price earlier was a lot higher, so it's come down to the 1,100 now. Now, if you do go for an ocean view above, and we'd highly recommend that, Celebrity are in a special promotion right now. They're 1, 2, 3, go. So you can choose from 2 of the 3 offers right now. So that could be a free classics drinks package, free tips, or $300 on board spend. So if you go for an ocean view above, you can choose 2 of those. If you book a concierge stateroom, these are higher grade staterooms, you get some extras like priority boarding, a bottle of fizz as you arrive. You can actually receive all 3 of the above. So it's really worth thinking about that. You don't have to make that decision now. Just speak to one of our cruise consultants and they will talk you through. And also all of your return flights, of course, and as we've been saying throughout the show, return flights from most UK airports can be provided as well. Now, the drinks package, I always go for the classics drinks package on Celebrity, and this isn't all about alcohol. It's about all of your specialty teas, coffees, sodas, juices, bottled water that you can take off on the, you know, the port excursions, things like that, and your non-alcoholic cocktails and even your smoothies. But it does include all of your beers, spirits, wines, cocktails, and a huge selection of drinks throughout the ship. Price-wise, have a look at this. Now, bear in mind, this is, well, you know, Gemma, as a mum,
Yes.
peak season.
I know, absolutely. I mean, it's fantastic.
Do you know what's really surprising me? And you'll know if you're sharp on your pricing and dates. Look at the 14th of August. That's the lowest price right now. Yeah, under £1,100. This is phenomenal value. And if you do go for the ocean view or balcony, you'll get all of those extras that you can choose from as well. So, really great deal. We do think that one's going to sell very, very quickly tonight, particularly the 14th of August.
You know, and going to the Med in high season, you're going to that amazing weather as well. It would be beautiful.
Well, our final cruise is coming up right now, and it's a trip of a lifetime. Your chance of cruising from Hong Kong over to Sydney. It's on board a ship that I love. I was aboard her for my mum's 70th, the Queen Mary 2. And here's our Keith to tell you more.
She's the last remaining seagoing ocean liner, one of the biggest and fastest ships in the world, a byword for elegance and sophistication, one of the only ships to carry pets as well as humans, and the last ship I had the pleasure of working on board. She's the Queen Mary 2. You can have a proper pint in the Golden Lion pub, enjoy the panoramic views and martini cocktails of the Commodore Club, soak up the jazz of the chart room, or join me for some bubbles in the Veuve Clicquot champagne bar. Not that I used to drink on the job, of course. This is just fizzy water. Cheers. I used to joke that our guests walked up the gangway and that we rolled them back down. One thing is for sure, you won't go hungry on board, with specialty restaurants serving food from around the world, a 24-hour buffet and the fabulous Britannia. You're in danger of missing my favourite, the Todd English. Whatever you do, if you come here, make sure you try the chocolate fallen cake. It's absolutely delicious. With live music in every venue, West End style theatre shows, comedians and musical stars from both sides of the pond, the entertainment is rich and varied. But for me, it's this place which offers something unbeatably unique. Illuminations is the only planetarium at sea, offering celestial shows narrated by the likes of Robert Redford and Morgan Freeman. And it's also a cracking 4D cinema. There are 6 different grades of stateroom to choose from, all of it bright, spacious, airy and very, very stylish. 24-hour room service, 2 turn-downs a day, and the grill suites even have a private butler. But the best thing of all, as standard in every single room, is this. The Sealy Cunarder mattress. Quite literally the best night's sleep I've ever had.
Yeah, I do remember the beds were they were
Really
amazing.
comfortable.
And even my mum, who was 70 at the time, even she slept well, and she, you know,
Yeah.
she's quite funny about trying different beds and things.
I think that once you get onto a ship and, you know, your luggage, you just, everything melts away, and I just think you relax anyway. And you're getting all
really
that
do.
sea air.
I'm saying, honestly, I just can't wait for my next cruise. Anyway, this is a big one. You're
Yes,
away
it
for the
is.
best part of a month, and it's a trip that you'll never forget. So, it starts off with our flight over to Hong Kong, Gemma, doesn't it?
That's right. And again, what amazing value. As you say, you are away for nearly a month.
Yeah.
A month on the other side of the world, really. So we fly you to Hong Kong, and then we transfer you from the airport to a hotel for a 2-night stay in a nice hotel. And then you get to enjoy Hong Kong, which is the foremost deep water harbour in Asia. So you'll see so much going on. And you can even shop in the city's biggest mall without leaving the cruise terminal. But that's true. But then you've got 3 main districts. You've got the Kowloon Peninsula houses, the famed Ladies Market, and the Temple Street Night Market. You've got upscale shops on Nathan's Roads, which is the Golden Mile, several museums, a really tourist-friendly area called Tsim Sha Tsui. So loads to do. You've got Victoria Harbour, and then you've got the financial district as well, which is dubbed the Concrete Forest. So you've got all this kind of different stuff. You've got the towering slopes of Victoria Beach, Peak. You've got the beaches, islands, an amusement park, the city. So much to do and see.
And we are including an excursion there as well, aren't we, Gemma?
Yes, that's right. You've got an excursion, which is the Hong Kong Island Tour, and we'll do that on day 3 as well, which will be really lovely. Then on day 4, we're going to transfer you from the hotel to the port, and then you're going to embark on the QM2 for 19 nights cruising.
Imagine.
Ah, lovely. And day 5, you are still in Hong Kong, so you've got an overnight on board, so you can kind of settle into the ship and enjoy that. And then you've got 2 days sailing before arriving on day 8 in Brunei. Now, Brunei's actually quite slow and sleepy. It's probably most famous. The thing that everybody immediately thinks of is the Sultan of Brunei.
Yes, yes.
And it is probably the most concentrated wealth in this tiny little place. But you'll be really, really surprised by it, actually. And the people are very friendly. You can hire a local water taxi and go anywhere along the waterfront. You've got the mosques and the museums, which are really worth seeing. And yeah, it'll be amazing. You can go on a mangrove cruise as well, or go to the traditional markets. So then, 2 days at sea.
And we should say that the Queen Mary 2, you know, she really is built for those days at sea. You know, there's so much going on
Right,
the Queen
yeah.
Mary 2. You know, lots of great lectures, lots of great entertainment. You know, there'll be so much happening. The afternoon teas are incredible.
Oh, yeah.
With the live band.
Fabulous.
Oh,
And you're
it's-
right, yeah, they do a lot of bespoke, sort of really interesting stuff as well.
Yeah,
like the lectures and
you
stuff,
can learn
yeah.
an awful lot. Even
Yeah.
I learned things.
And then day 11, you arrive in Bitang in Indonesia, which is really known for its colourful marine life. In particular, they're famous for sea slugs. But I don't think they look
Ooh.
like slugs like we think.
I hope not.
I think they're a bit more colourful than that. Then you've got another 2 days at sea, and then day 14, you arrive in Darwin in Australia. So this is how far you're going on this cruise. Of course, famous for crocodiles, Aboriginal art galleries, and it's the capital of the Northern Territory. You've got another 2 days sailing at sea. It's going to be so spectacular. And then on day 19, you're going to sail to the Whitsunday Islands, which is just ridiculous. White sand paradise. Look at that. It just actually makes me want to cry.
It does.
It's
When you
just
think
the
what it's-
opposite
yeah.
of what it's like here at the moment.
And you know, and when you think about this is the 18th of February. It's not
Yeah.
too far away, is it?
No, you could be there. Just think
Oh.
of that in a couple of months. Amazing. Day 20 is at sea, and day 21, this is such an extensive tour of this part of the world. You're in Brisbane, which is where you've got the Gold Coast and Surfers Paradise just an hour away, and the Sunshine Coast is 2 hours to the north. So Brisbane, it's like 600 miles north of Sydney. It's got a semi-tropical climate, beautiful city. It's got a river, which is its main sort of travel artery, if you like, and the visitors can go on the City Cat ferries to reach the museums, the botanical gardens, the wildlife parks, the shopping precincts. There's a lot to do and see again. And then you've got a day at sea, and then day 23 you arrive in Sydney, Australia, and you disembark. We're going to transfer you, and this is all included, to a 4-star hotel for a 4-night stay, which I think is fabulous, because if you're going to go this far...
So it's
Sorry,
2 nights stay in a
so
4-star
beg your
hotel.
pardon, That's
isn't
right,
it?
which is much better than a 2-night hotel. Sorry, 2-star. It's a 4-star hotel for 2 nights. Thank you. I've got my teeth in.
Now, we also include an excursion here at the
Yes,
Sydney Opera House.
to the Sydney Opera
And this
House.
sounds really exciting to go backstage, don't
Yeah,
you?
it's a real proper tour. And
Yeah.
of course, I think they do say it's one of the wonders of the world, the Sydney
Yes.
Opera House. You know, whenever you see those spectacular fireworks sort of at New Year's Eve and everything, it really is the focal point, and you will get to explore it properly, which I think would be brilliant, taken around by someone who really knows and understands the theatre and the opera, which would be fantastic. And of course, also from Sydney, you can go and see the Blue Mountains, you can go to Bondi Beach, which is really famous. I love Sydney. There's so much space. You know, it's so kind of...
I've never been, Joan. But
it's amazing, it's clean, it's beautiful, there's a lot to see. You can go to the Rocks, you can go to Echo Point, and then on day 25 we're going to transfer you to the airport and fly you home.
I mean, isn't that fabulous that you have seen so much of the world? This is
Yeah.
part of the world cruise, by the way, so you are getting to see, you know, so much there on one holiday.
Yes.
And it is, when you think you are away nearly a month, and believe me, on board, the Queen Mary 2, you will be so well looked after. And
Yes.
everything is included here, so your flights, your transfers, the hotel stays, all of your great food, your entertainment. It will be incredible. If I was allowed to take 25 nights off, I'd be on
Yeah,
that like
me
a
too. If my
shot.
children could come out of school. But no, it's amazing. And it's lovely that you've got the Hong Kong stay at the beginning, then you've got the amazing cruise, and then you've got your 2 nights in Sydney at the end as well. So it's just sort of like a lovely, lovely itinerary.
Well, let's remind you of everything that is included here. So all of your return flights, you know, just costing the flights alone on this. We can obviously provide flights from most UK airports. Again, just ask us about that. And 2 nights in the 4-star hotel in Sydney as well. And that wonderful morning Hong Kong Island tour as well. And the Sydney Opera House tour. That's going to be really special, actually. You're going to be escorted around by true opera love. You're going to get to see all behind the scenes, of course, as well.
Yeah, I'd love to have done that. I really would. Never got to do that when I went.
Do you know what I'm thinking as well, just to get the pricing? The balcony is only £400 more, so really worth thinking about that. The single price is good as well, 3349. But again, just ask our cruise consultants about any extra information that you need to know. The show always goes far too quickly.
I know, I can't believe.
As ever, I just want to book them all. But anyway, here's a quick recap. We started off with Costa. Now, don't forget, we get amazing prices here with Costa in the UK and with Planet Cruise. These are, you know, great ships from a fantastic company. They're part of the Carnival Group, the biggest, of course, in the world. $499 for this one, and that's a 7-night Italy, France and Spain cruise there. Under £500, so much is included. Oh, did we mention, by the way, this is a brand new ship. Brand new. Anyone that's, you know, cruised before, you pay a premium for the new ships, not for this. Brand new, $499 there. And a great single price. I know singles sold really well last week, starting at $699. Now, we always have fun with Thomson. This is your chance of being away for 40 nights in the Caribbean. It's a 7-night cruise around some of the finest of the Caribbean islands, and then 7 nights stay at a half-board hotel in Barbados as well. That's brand new, by the way. That was only released on Thursday of last week. Then a brand new price reduction with Princess Cruises. This one was only reduced yesterday. Now it's $699, and it's a great chance to visit Scandinavia there from Southampton. For those of you that don't like flying, there are no flights at all. Loads of extras on that one. Just have a quick look there. The coupon book worth $300. Onboard spent $75. The low deposit, of course, of just £50. That one will sell very quickly today, particularly the Family 4, because it is, of course, over half